Hi, my name's Andy. Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'll be sharing with you my top tips for cycling in the Netherlands and some things that you should know before you go on a cycle tour or bikepacking in the Netherlands. The first thing to be aware of is the Netherlands is one of the most densely populated countries on earth. There are people everywhere. You should be aware that any place you may be, you're likely to see other people. The reason for this is the Netherlands is very well connected with trains and bicycle paths, and many Dutch citizens enjoy cycling as a pastime. It is common for locals to travel 100 kilometers in a day on their bikes from one side of the country to the other, just for a ride. And why wouldn't you when you have the greatest cycling infrastructure on earth? Having said that, you will find that there are very few tourists outside of the main areas of Amsterdam and the other big cities. The Alif System is a system of cycleways that crisscross the country. You will find it very easy to navigate on Dutch cycleways using the Alif System. It's easy to follow the numbered markers along the way, and every couple of kilometers you'll find a map that looks like this. You can use this to plot your journey forward from one province to the next. It's cycling by numbers. And don't worry if you don't have a photographic memory. You can always write the numbers down and then just cycle along to the next one. Simple. In the summertime, you'll find that the daylight hours will start at 5 AM and it won't get dark until 10 o'clock at night. This is a problem if you're planning on wild camping, because you won't be able to set up your tent until after dark due to people being everywhere. You can take a chance and set up your tent in a park if you like before the sun goes down, but it's very likely that one of the diligent Dutch citizens will come and remind you that wild camping is not allowed. If you don't plan on wild camping, don't worry. There's plenty of campsites to stay at. But not all campsites are created equal. Campings are everywhere in the Netherlands, although some of them are exclusive to motorhomes, camping clubs, and memberships. Make sure that you find a camping that's suited to your needs. An easy way to do this is look for a sign that says "Fiets welcome." If you see a sign like this, you know that the camping caters for cycle tourists. A sign like this denotes nature camping, which is often more simplistic, with a spot to pitch your tent, a bathroom, and a place to cook. This is often a cheaper price, and is a good option if you are self-catering, budget bikepacking. Hotels in the Netherlands can be very expensive, and are often over 100 euros. You'll find it difficult to find a cheap hotel anywhere in the Netherlands, especially in Amsterdam. For that reason, I would consider camping and self-catering on your bicycle tour. A very important thing to note is there are no public toilets in the Netherlands. They do have the pissoirs in Amsterdam, but when you get out of the cities, and especially if you're visiting public attractions like parks and recreation areas, you'll find that there are no public toilets in these areas. Usually the only thing they have are picnic tables, and if you just go a little bit further off the track and into the bushes, you can see evidence that there are definitely no public toilets available close by. So do be aware of this. Generally, where I'm from, if you go to a national park or something, there's often public toilets there that you can use, but not so in the Netherlands. If you are Dutch and you're watching this and you have anything to add to that, maybe to explain that to me or anybody else watching, please leave a comment down below. Or maybe if I just haven't been able to find the public facilities in the Netherlands, you can set me straight in the comments. If you are visiting the forests, you should be aware that there is a lot of wildlife. You're very likely to see foxes, deer, and plenty of bird species. But there is one thing you should watch out for. Well, maybe two. The first one is ticks. If you're from a country that doesn't have ticks, or you don't have tick-borne diseases, then you probably won't be as vigilant as the locals, because the ticks in the Netherlands carry Lyme's disease. You should be very careful not to get bitten by ticks while you're in the Netherlands. Now, if you go to the forest, you will encounter ticks, and you will probably find that you'll have them crawl on you or attach on you. An easy thing to do is just make sure to check yourself if you've been in the forest and you've been walking through leaf litter, especially if you go near the dunes to the west of Amsterdam. You're very, very likely to encounter ticks there. Don't let the ticks attach to you. If they do, just make a note of where the tick attached to you with a pen. You can circle it. Of course, remove the tick, mark the area, and just be aware, if it develops a red ring around it, you should probably go and see the doctor, because it could be Lyme's disease. The other bugs that are very problematic, if you are camping, you will be bothered by mosquitoes. So take some mosquito repellent and take a mosquito net if you need one. I'm not too sure if the mosquitoes carry mosquito-borne virus, but it's really annoying for me anyway. I don't like to be bitten by them. It can get cold. The weather can change fast. Even if it's a nice sunny day and you're wearing shorts and a t-shirt, it can change like that. And it can become cold, freezing rain, and especially wind. Now, if you get wet and then you get in the wind, if you're riding, it's not so much a problem, but when you stop, especially if you've been sweating, you will get cold very quickly. So make sure to take enough warm clothes just to keep yourself warm, even in the summer months, because the Netherlands, it's not a hot country, it's not a tropical country. You can experience winter temperatures even during the summer. Another thing to add with regards to weather, it does rain a lot, and there's not a lot of built up sheltered areas where you can actually get out of the rain without going inside. There's not like covered roofed areas in places. Sometimes you will find them in picnic areas and forests and things like that, but as a rule there's not a lot of places to shelter from the rain. So if you are cycle touring and you get caught in the rain, you will find it difficult to find shelter. You'll be able to find some, but you may just have to power on for a while until you get to a good place to take a rest. Probably the last thing that I want to add to my tips for cycling in the Netherlands is that you may get asked by the locals, what are you doing here? And that's especially true if you go up into the north, into Friesland, where it's mostly dairy country. There's just primary industries up there, and there's not tourist attractions. So people will probably ask you, why are you in Friesland? For me, like the riding is the best in the world, and it's like nothing we have here in New Zealand. Here in New Zealand it's quite dangerous to ride a bike on the roads, and to go somewhere like the Netherlands and ride on the cycle infrastructure there, that's a big deal to me. But for Dutch people, that's not a big deal. Riding bikes isn't a big deal to them, and the cycle infrastructure is not it's not a big deal to them. It's amazing to me, but for Dutch people it seems to be like just part of their normal life. So people will wonder, you know, what's the big attraction and why did you come out up here? But for those of us that like riding, you'll know, hey man, we like riding, we love riding, and we're going to ride wherever we can, and we're going to really enjoy it. Those are my top tips for cycle touring in the Netherlands. If you have anything to add, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Or if this has been useful to you, please consider donating with Super Chat, or join the channel membership from just $1 a month. It helps me to keep making these videos and keep riding and living free. My name's Andy, you've been watching Hobocyclist, and I'll see you in the next episode.